Hey, 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 good morning, everybody. It is a magnificent Monday morning. I always love Mondays, man. Kicking in gear, beginning of the week, getting ready to make things happen. Mark Gassert, Peachtree Corners, Georgia, the peachiest place on the planet. And here I am on this magnificent Monday. And we're going to talk a little bit today via sales concepts. We have another workshop coming up. And just wanted to let everybody know, like sometimes, people say, what are these workshops, Mark? What do you all do? Well, engagement is the key throughout these type sessions that we offer. They're every Wednesday that are 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. You can see down there the ticker as it's going along. We're going to be talking about on Wednesday buying influences. And one of the things we do during these workshops is we encourage you to enter the discussion, okay, and ask various questions and get your questions answered and talk to other people as well, and that's what we're all about. We're about customization, and that's what we bring to the table. Now, what we're going to essentially be talking about in this particular, and I'm going to go backwards. There's four types of, when you want to say buying influences, what are we talking about? So, just let me share the first one here. A coach, anyone that provides information on the situation, customer, or project. Now, to me, I'm going backwards, but when you look at developing a strategy to call on an account at any level or at all levels, that individual can be very valuable to your tool bag as you enter and approach that particular account because they can give you a lot of information and help you along the way. A coach is anyone that provides information on the situation, customer, project. Now, tomorrow we'll get in a little bit more in depth. This is a quick hitter for Monday. Obviously, we all have things to do, but I wanted to share that with you. Now, we go back, right? So now we get into the third type of buyer, a technical buyer. And these are people who evaluate the product, service, and vendor regarding their idea of expertise, right? And we'll talk about that, as well. What actually is a technical buyer, right? And then up at the top, we have a user. They're very important as well. This is the person who actually uses the product or service. And they have a lot to say as to whether it's a yay or nay moving forward. And sometimes when you tackle accounts, you may be dealing with two or three or even sometimes four individuals. But there's always one that can, what I call, squeeze the trigger. And as I kiddingly like to say, when you go through this process, it truly emulates, like, is the juice worth the squeeze? Absolutely. So, our primo person right here is the economic buyer. And this is the person that has the ability to say yes to spending money on your product or service without getting permission. Now, I'm sure at times we've all been there. We feel like, hey, man, dig it. I knocked it out of the park. And all of a sudden, you're getting ready at that point and everybody's all wound up. And you could have two or three people and it's all a matter of, hey, we got to check with corporate, or hey, we got to check with this. And I'm sure it's happened to all of us at some point or time in our sales career. And what we're going to be talking about is ways to, you know, create an environment where you're not running into that proverbial wall, where you up front, what you're dealing with. Not come right out and ask, hey, are you the person that can, squeeze the trigger? But you're going to create an atmosphere where they know, where you're coming from in your approach. So I just wanted to share this with you. And again, just so if anybody that's hopped on board here or they catch the replay, what are we talking about? And once again, it is going to happen. There it is. Sales Concepts. It is Wednesday. Buying Influences, the 27th. It'll be at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. And again, what these 60-minute of engagement, I call them intense, encapsulated overview, they're far from a standard webinar. Our interactive online workshops, what they're all about is engagement, taking bits and pieces of this content and applying it out within your marketplace. And during these workshops, we do encourage you to enter discussion. Let's have dialogue and ask questions, engage with our instructors. And if you like what you see and hear, it costs $139. Obviously, no big deal. That's an investment. And I'm going to share with you how you can get in touch with me. Obviously, the easiest one is you can hit me up on my email. You can go to the website. That's a way to register right there. That's the actual registration website. If you want to call me, feel free. There's my phone number. You can direct message me LinkedIn, Instagram, even Facebook. And like I said, it is $139. And before I leave you, I will tell you this, and every time, all the time, once you register, if you decide that it was a total bust after you attend, we will be more than happy after those 60 minutes, because we do value your time. We will refund your money. And again, it's $139. It's going to take place, as you can see down below, January the 27th, 8 a.m. Eastern. 8 a.m. Pacific. That's 11 a.m. Eastern. I'm getting confused here. But the last thing before we get out of here, you always got to end on a positive note, right? So let me just remove this and we'll go down here. I always like Napoleon Hill. So, I got to get ready and get my mind right, because I'm going to be on the phone here making a few calls, following up with some people. So, I always like this one. If you cannot do great things, do small things in a great way. Once again, Napoleon Hill. If you cannot do great things, do small things in a great way. Once again, Mark Gassert from Peachtree Corners, Georgia. That's right, the peachiest place on the planet, bar none. Via Mark's message, Sales Concepts, reminding you once again about our weekly Wednesday interactive workshop. And as always, everybody, let's have a very successful day on this magnificent Monday, and be a leader, be a friend, most important of all, be of service. I'll catch you tomorrow.